Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here with an update. Monday afternoon, December 5th, the very latest GFS and NAM computer forecast model information from 12Z is in, and both are now converging on a similar setup that allows for the possibility of snow here in the Mid-Atlantic region late Wednesday night and Thursday, and even the possibility of some accumulations. Earlier this morning we talked about the big discrepancy in the upper part of the atmosphere for this upcoming storm, and now the GFS is more or less in agreement with the NAM model, and we'll kind of walk through the situation here over the next few minutes. First of all, here's the latest upper level 500 millibar map, and here's the system of interest right now. This upper level feature is what will set off this last in a series of low pressure systems that will ride up and along the cold front that's now slowly moving into the eastern part of the country, and the handling of this wave by the different models is what's been causing the discrepancies between the GFS and NAM, for example. Now it's over the southwestern part of the U.S., well into the range of the data that's fed into the computer forecast models, and the very latest indicates that the GFS is in much more agreement with the NAM model as compared to last night's runs. Well, let's kind of walk through both computer forecast models. First, the NAM. This is for Wednesday night around midnight, Wednesday night, Thursday morning. And at the surface, the NAM model now has a low pressure area right around the North Carolina, Virginia border, with colder air filtering in behind this blue line here, which represents really the rain-snow line at this particular time, again around midnight Wednesday night. Quite a bit of precipitation here associated with this low. Now let's look and see what the NAM does 12 hours later. This is Thursday morning, and the low moves on the NAM model from around the North Carolina, Virginia border to off the northeast coast, and really from everywhere from D.C. all the way up to New York City. Now we're in the cold air, and a pretty good comma-shaped pattern in the precipitation field is developing with this particular low. Probably snowing right now all the way up along the I-95 corridor. And here's the 500 millibar pattern for Wednesday night around midnight, and again, this is that wave that is the important feature here in terms of the handling of the upcoming system by these computer forecast models. This is the same wave that is now over Arizona, and the NAM model had quite a healthy looking upper level system in last night's runs, whereas the GFS is kind of a flatter wave, and we'll look in a moment to see how now the GFS model is much more similar to the NAM model compared to last night's runs. Here's in fact the GFS model for Wednesday night around midnight Wednesday night, and it has low pressure area just off the North Carolina coast, whereas the NAM was a little bit farther inland, and the NAM model has a little bit more precipitation, but all in all the location of the low now is fairly similar. The GFS model has the cold air already advancing now into the South Jersey area, and this precipitation is probably still in the form of rain, but on the in the arena of changing over to snow late Wednesday night as the colder air slowly filters in. Here's the Thursday morning map from the GFS model, and it takes that North Carolina coastal low off to the north and east. Again, not too different than the NAM model. Precipitation field back in the cold air here, probably snowing this time Thursday morning in the Mid-Atlantic region from D.C. up to Philadelphia and the New York City region. The GFS is not putting out quite as much precipitation as the NAM, but again, the track of the surface low is much closer together now between these two models compared to the overnight runs. And the reason that the GFS is now closing in on the same solution as the NAM model can be found here in the upper level pattern here. This is the 500 millibar GFS map for Wednesday night around midnight. And now the GFS model has quite a significant looking upper level wave that's associated with that surface low pressure area, and the last night run on the GFS had a much flatter wave, so there's quite a bit more agreement now between the GFS and the NAM, and both are indicating the possibility of some snow in the Mid-Atlantic region late Wednesday night and Thursday, and even the possibility of some accumulations. So we'll obviously monitor this over the next couple of days. That's it for now. I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.